And that ties into what we're talking about here. BJ, before we can go, I've got my guest here, Spencer Williams from the Lighten Up Initiative. You might remember him from Married with Board Games over on the Dice Tower. You are a big fan of Red Raven Games and
Huge.
Ryan Lockett's designs. And I got to watch last night, in fact, I got to watch you and Laura do a full playthrough of a beautiful underwater game called Deep Vents.
That's right.
The elevator pitch. What's Ryan Lockett doing with this game?
So in this game, each player is creating their own underwater ecosystem down in under the sea. And actually, what's really neat is the creatures used in this game and the formations, like the vents, the white smoker. It's all real. Like, so none of this is made up. And they totally did their research on all these different.
Are
creatures.
you kidding? I thought all these weird names were just made up stuff that Ryan and the designer came up with.
No. These are all real. And they really did the research on how they all work together, because the effects that they do or the way that they grow are all real thematic with what they go along with. So like that shark, I forget what that shark is called there, but there's the
goblin shark.
Yeah, the goblin shark does, it attacks whenever you trigger it. But yeah, each one has some kind of ability, and then it also has a way that it grows. And so you're trying to choose the best combination of. You only get to choose to either grow or trigger an ability on one of these creatures when it's your turn. So you have to choose, okay, do I grow now or do I trigger its ability? Which to trigger its ability, you need certain resources. And so there's some engine building going on there. There's some, chain reaction type stuff going on that's really neat. What you do is you build until everybody has 8 of those hexes, and that's the limit on the size of your little ecosystem there. And then once everybody has 8, the game's over. And then whoever has the most of the little, we get points by getting the resources called Archaea. And you get some points from those shells that you get. But whoever has the most points at the end wins. And I think it's really neat, just the way all of the hexes work together and trigger off of each other.
I've got a shot of your actual screenplay from last night. That's you. Mm-hmm. Well, you can't see you right now. That's behind the gumbo. And then, of course, Laura on the bottom. I love how you did all the little graphics as we did our chats from all the different streams. Everybody was kind of chatting with each other and having fun. And for people that play games, you get to watch them play the game, see it. But also, Spencer, I think you and Laura have such good chemistry with the chat where it was engaging. There was a question about, if you could have any accent you wanted, you could just mention that. And that was a lot of fun. So it almost felt like, I know what you guys are doing. Yeah. I see you coming. It was like doing at a game night. You know what I mean, Steve, where you're just chatting with people and having fun with it. Now, what is that little thing at the top, though? You might want to tell the chat crew, what is that little strange lettering at the top?
Absolutely. So the whole reason why we played that game is I worked with Brenna at Red Raven Games about doing a giveaway of Deep Vents. And so we got a copy to stream, but we also have a brand new copy of the game. It's not in stores yet to give away, a giveaway. And the way we're getting people the ability to enter that giveaway is to come watch our streams. And this week we're doing an entire week of Red Raven Game streams every single day. So last night we did Deep Vents. Today we did Haven, which was a lot of fun. Then tomorrow we're doing Near and Far, which
my favorite.
Good opportunities for some voice acting and some characters being created. Looking forward to that. Then Thursday will be The Ancient World, and Friday will be my favorite, Islebound. And so what we do is whenever you come to the stream, we give out a link, and that link will take you to an entry page. And it's different for each one, so you can't just be like all week going to the same one. It closes after 24 hours. But if you come, we'll give you the link, and we'll give you a secret phrase, and that's everything you need to enter to win a copy of the game.
A very tough secret phrase, by the way, last night.
Last night was very, very easy, very tough.
Very tough. So that actually answers one of Mick's questions. Have you played Sleeping Gods or Haven? As Steve said in the chat, they did a live stream of Haven today at 5:00. Thank you for doing it early. I appreciate it, so you could still be on the show.
It was all for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Sleeping Gods. So that is on my radar. I didn't back it, but I'm thinking about getting it in retail. Have you played Sleeping Gods?
I got to play test it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Is there a Spencer and Laura card in there somewhere?
We're not a card, but we are in the credits in the rule.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So I think it's going to be the game of the year.
Really? Wow, you like it that much?
Just what I know about it and what I know people are liking these days. And not, of course, I don't know. A lot of companies don't talk about what they're coming out with, halfway through the year, and who knows how this pandemic has affected all of that. But from what I know at this point, I would say that's going to be game of the year material.
Solo only, correct?
Interesting. Oh no, up to 4 people can play.
Up to 4 people, okay.
Yeah. At first, it was 1 to 2 players, but then they increased it.
I remember that. That's what I was thinking. It was 1 to 2 early. Near and Far was actually my game of the year for 2018. Yeah, 2017. I think it was. Yeah. My game of the year. Yeah, 2017. Because Detective, I think, was 2018. So yeah, Near and Far was just absolutely fantastic. I played. I don't even know how many times I played it. My sons and I liked it. We played a little campaign. We played the expansions. We've had such a good time. But Defense looks really interesting. It's one that he did the artwork, but it doesn't look like he designed it. What do you know about the designer?
He actually co-designed it with a man named Alex Davis. So they're good friends, and they work together on. I know he does a lot of play testing with Ryan, and he was actually at the Red Raven Games booth this last time at BGG Con. Whenever you told me about it at BGG Con, it's like, that sounds real interesting, because it's a big departure from, at least from what they've been doing recently. And I think it works. I think it works really well.
What's amazing is that, usually I felt like I was up on Red Raven and what was coming out, but now they're doing these games with Target or with their own releases that they kind of spring on us. They're not going the Kickstarter route. So obviously Ryan is feeling that the company's grown enough where he can get out there and do a surprise retail push and get that buzz going, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of Red Raven love in the chat tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you could see all the people talking about Artifacts Inc. and everything else.
Yeah, Artifacts Inc. Megaland was one of those surprise kind of straight to target kind of things. Rome is great. I got to do the Kickstarter video for Rome.
I watched it.
That one's a lot of fun. In
fact, you talked about Rome in the last time you were on the show, if I remember right. I think that's
most likely. Yeah.
So Verla says her mom was excitedly texting me and one of our gamer friends about Defense this morning. So see, the buzz you did with your show yesterday is getting it out there.
Hey, I'm glad to know it's working.
So Defense, how long does it take to play? It looked like you guys fit it in about 45 minutes if you were playing pretty normal.
Yeah, it's a pretty quick game, especially, like I said, you only play 8 rounds, and those rounds can go pretty quick. Now, that's at 2 players. So, of course, it's going to be more 4 players. And the first several times you play is going to be longer than more, just because the biggest barrier, I guess, is there are these little icons all over the different hexes. And there's not just like 3 or 4 that once you know you're good. There are a lot of different ones. So it's going to take you a little bit to get used to them. But it's worth it, I think. And they have to be that way in order to have the individual effects on each one. So once you kind of get the hang of how it works, it makes more sense. But those first several games, you're going to have to stop. Okay, what does this mean? You look over and take a look. But I think it's all worth it.
And that's Defense from Red Raven Games. It'll be out anytime.
They said early orders can have it in by August, I think.
Okay.
I don't know if they're doing pre-orders on the website. I think they are, but I'm not sure.
So it would typically have been a Gen Con release then.
It actually was going to be April. There was like some kind of special game day in April for local game stores.
Okay.
They were going to release it as part of that deal, but you know how things change.